Welcome back to Resolve Reptiles. I thought I would go ahead and make a video that no one is going to watch and no one is going to understand because I'm a comp sci major, and so at heart I like to do things that nobody pays attention to. So what I wanted to talk about today are knowledge management systems. So if you've been kind of in the reptile hobby, whatever, then you'll know that there are systems out there like Clutch here that I have in the background. So Clutch.io will let you, create your animals up or create collections of your animals, write notes about them, mark whether or not you've got them up for sale, tag them, whatever you want to do. So I think I really enjoy Clutch. Clutch is a great system. However, the thing that I like is using something a little bit more generalized. Of course, Husbandry Pro is another one that is, a really great system where you can manage your reptiles, etc. But again, I like things that are a little bit more generic. So what I wanted to introduce you all to are systems like Notion. So Notion is a way that you'll be able to go ahead and add all of your animals, insert images, make additional notes, use Notion to also do things like further research. Or add further research, let's say. So I know that a lot of reptile keepers out there are probably doing things like keeping things inside of a bunch of mixed documents inside a Google Drive or something like that. Maybe people are still chiseling things in rocks or using pen and paper. Same. I don't know what you all are doing out there, but the point is I wanted to show you some of the more modern tools that you might consider using. Capacities is another one. I really enjoy Capacities, but today I'm going to talk about two that I really enjoy because they are local first, let's say. So these are open source software. These are things that store all your data locally, etc. And so, again, comp sci major. That's what I do. So over here in Obsidian, I've done a few different things, including make, data views and things like that, that tell me things like how many rats I need to go ahead and order from Cold Blooded Cafe, etc. You can get pretty advanced with some of the features of Obsidian. It might be a little bit more of a bite than you can chew if it's not something, if you're not really nerdy. Let's put it that way. I've also gone ahead and, I keep a record of my clutches. I also have additional reports down here. Don't pay any attention to the Morph Market Infinite Scroll hack and some other things that I have here. You can see I have different notes. You can see that I keep notes on things like Musarana, which were a little bit tricky to find, some of these links. If you don't know, I have two Musarana that I, want to make sure I'm taking care of correctly. I, have another report here where I keep track of everybody that has lavender albino, so it's really easy to look up who I can pair. And then, of course, as I mentioned, while I'm making these notes, what I'll do is go ahead and add tags and everything that I'll be able to search by. That way I can remember what age these guys are. I can remember who I got them from. I can remember their original price and even upload a cute little picture. One of the additional things that systems like Obsidian can do are what they call graph views. Now, this isn't the best example of a graph view because it's just a collection of nodes, but you can see here I went ahead and color-coded my males and my females so I could go through and, select one, go check them out. This takes us to the same page you've already seen about Castella. I really enjoy Obsidian, 1010. The other system that I wanted to show you is called Logseq. So this is Logseq in the background. It's more of an outliner, doesn't have as many features as Obsidian, which I mean, in some ways is good. That way you're not inundated with all these additional features. You can see some of the things that I've added is, some daily notes. At the bottom, you can see I fed snow caps. I went ahead and linked a venom allergy article that has quotes on it, that has a link to it. I find that really good to have some knowledge management there. And then also notes about some of my animals here. At the top, I've mentioned that the Calabar pythons here, the first time I've got them to eat frozen thawed, it was a little bit of a struggle to get them off of live. I've suddenly forgot how to talk. And again, this is something you can click through. You can see the cute little Calabars here. You can continue your journals, etc. So this is a generic knowledge management system. If I wanted to go ahead and add something like, notes about ultraviolet light, if I wanted to go ahead and add something about notes about nidovirus, something like that, I could build this out here. It does support flashcards. It supports graph views, just like as I showed you in Obsidian, and it is an overall knowledge management system. I use these in my day-to-day work. I also use these in my day-to-day studies. Again, comp sci major, so there's always something new happening, and it's really nice to be able to keep some notes, etc. I go ahead and add them into the journal here, and that way I won't lose track of them. Since I also forget to do basically everything, and I'm terrible at feeding myself and dressing myself, again, comp sci major, then I can also come in here and do things like schedules. Let's say that I want to remind myself that next week I want to feed the calibars again. That's a little soon. I probably don't want to do that. The next time that this will pop up, I'll see this scheduled and deadlined. As soon as, next week comes across, I'll see it right in the journal to remind me to do it. This is a really high level overview of these systems, but I wanted to give you all some ideas of what you might go out to find in order to keep track of your research that isn't something like a flat Google Doc or paper or whatever you keep your notes in. I would really like to introduce more people in the reptile hobby to things like Notion, Capacities, etc., etc. In some instances on these systems, you can even share notes with other people. You can create wikis. You can share those wikis with your friends. You can produce articles, etc. together. You can produce your own articles here, including references. There are plugins that will let you go ahead and choose how you want to write any sort of bibliography, annotations, etc. So I know this isn't really 100% reptile related. I do give you a nice cute picture of these calibars. I mean, again, look at these guys. What are they doing? Look at this. This isn't even a real animal. That's a Muppet. Somebody created this out of leather, and there's actually somebody in the background that moves its mouth, right? There's no way these things are real. But anyway, so again, quick overview of some of these systems. If you have something else that you do to keep track of your animals and notes about your animals, feeding schedules, etc., please leave it in the comments below. I think it's a pretty interesting area where a lot of reptile keepers might be a little bit in the past. Again, they might be using flat Google file or Google Drive or whatever it is. Again, nothing wrong with Google Drive. However, when it comes to trying to find something, you might be, that's sometimes a little challenging. Knowledge management systems like this, like Logseq and Obsidian, it's a little bit easier. You can keep all this data local. You can share this data with other people. You can, enter this from your cell phone, whatever you want to do. Anybody out there that's exceptionally nerdy, you can do things like add webhooks and stuff and upload notifications. You can do all sorts of fun stuff with these systems. Again, probably not everybody's cup of tea, but it's just something that I thought I would try to expose the reptile hobby to. If you do something else, let me know in the comments below. If you adopt one of these systems and you think that it's useful, again, let me know in the comments below. If you want to jump over to the Resolve Reptiles Discord and talk about how you would use something like a wiki inside a Notion or something like that in order to keep track of animals, jump on over to our Discord and we can talk about that. All right.